What is good? Welcome to Devine Deck Pod. It is June 30th. The Padres just took the series against the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. First time playing at Fenway Park for our Padres since 2013. I was in San Diego over the weekend. We'll touch on that. Mi hermano, Mike Devine, was at a wedding. We'll touch on that. Then we're going to talk a little Pods ball, 30 days away from the MLB trade deadline. We got a lot to talk about. Off day Monday. So if you're listening to this Monday, you might not get to watch the Pods tonight, but you get the second best thing, and that's the DSG, baby. Mike Devine, how are you?
Doing fantastic. Excited to be back and talking Pods. Enjoyable weekend of baseball today. Didn't really do it any justice, but you're not going to win every single game. Going on a 5-game win streak, you do that a couple times in a row with maybe a loss or two in between. You're in a really good spot. So feeling good about where the Pods are at, especially with Tatis out, Xander out, Joe out, you out. The team is injured. Arise is playing injured. Profar is playing a little banged up. Manny's still a little banged up. Really to just weather the storm at this point in the season when it's our highest peak of games. I think we still have like 4 or 5 more games than the next most in the MLB.
Yeah, it's going to chill out, though. So I saw our schedule in July. We don't play on any Mondays.
Yeah.
The entire Monday of July. So that's a huge, as obviously as baseball fanatics, we want to watch the Pods play every day, right? That's one of the best parts about baseball is you get to watch your team play 162 games a year, and that's not including if they make the playoffs. But, this is a lot, right? A lot on these guys' bodies. If you play 40, 30 straight games, the Pods have, like you said, Mike, 5 more games, 6 more games than the Braves, the Cardinals, these teams that we're competing for wildcard spots with. So these off days are going to be really good. They're going to be really good for the bullpen, as we saw today. Bullpen, Chelageri came in. Bob didn't pitch at all this weekend. That helps. Bob's pitched a lot this year. Having a week off, then a game off. Hey, give Bob a week off, pretty much, is what we're giving him. And that's a good week off, too. It's not like we're getting smacked. We've been beating teams up by so much that we don't need to have our closers. So, guys, you got to look at it as a rest. Matty Nux pitched today. He got the first 2 outs in the first and then walked Abreu, their third hitter. Walks will come back to bite, always do. Rafi Devers, who's really the only guy in their lineup, I guess, with Casas on the IL and then Jaron Duran's having a good season. But the guy you're scared of in that lineup is and will probably always be Rafi Devers. 2 strikes, Waldron misses with a fastball. Rafi goes oppo. We had some opportunities. We got a lot of base runners on today, but, it just didn't come through. That one hit by Bryce Johnson, their center fielder made a crazy play. Sometimes it's just not your day. And, we lost 4-1. It happens. But let's talk about the other 2 games, Mike, because, this is just today is a game that in 3 days I'll forget ever happened, right? Pretty boring game, to be completely honest. You know what wasn't boring? The 5th innings of the last 2 nights. Friday night, 5th inning, Pods are down. What were we down? 2-0, something like that.
Yeah.
And holy shit, dude. It was just, I think we batted around and every single dude scored. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen, bro. Jackson Merrill with a 3-run shot. Manny is starting to rake again. I mean, you had Sullivan was hitting home runs this weekend. You're like, holy shit, dude, this team. That there's something. Oh, Higgy hit another home run. Like, guys, yeah. It's fun to watch. It's fun. I know it sounds dumb, but it's so much more fun to have an offense that hits home runs. Like, that's what baseball is all about now, dude. And we're hitting a lot of home runs. I think we're 3rd in baseball in the month of June. We're behind the Orioles, who just all they do is hit home runs, and some other team, and then it's the Pods. And that's without Tatis being healthy the whole month. It's without Xander. Mies, how are you feeling about, overall series and then that kind of offensive explosion we saw yesterday and on Friday?
I mean, overall series, I'm juiced. I think, there's something about playing a team like the Red Sox, just like kind of the historic aspect, having played in Fenway and, a decade plus. Going into it, I was excited to watch them play at Fenway. I didn't know if they would. The Red Sox came into the series hot, too.
They
were hot. And we went and smacked them 2 straight games without really breaking a sweat. I don't know, man. I just feel like the energy on this team is really carried by Jackson Merrill. Like he's the catalyst. You see that he's getting the other guys like hyped up, right? Because he's got energy of a rookie, but he's playing like an MVP. So like that's kind of the awesome aspect. Like he's still new to the bigs, still has kind of that young energy, just excited to be there. And you can see it kind of reflect through guys like Machado. Like Manny gets hyped. I don't see Manny show that much excitement. He definitely didn't show that much excitement last year.
Yeah.
Like he's excited this year. And I don't know like what difference occurs when, Toddy's off the field. I don't want to start a narrative.
Yeah, let's touch on that real quick and then we'll touch on Merrill. Is it weird that, the team somewhat plays pretty well when he's off the field? Yes. Does that mean that he's like a locker room issue? No. It is just a little weird. I think you texted me this or someone texted me this, and I kind of agree with this statement. I think when Toddy's playing, a lot of the attention's on him, right? And that means that when you have guys like these superstars in the lineup, the Mannies, the Toddies, all these guys, some players, kind of sneak under the rug a little bit. They're kind of not as big of a, batting eighth, Kimmy or someone like that. When he's gone, people need to step up. And I think they step up. And if we could keep that same energy when Tatis is there, because Tatis, people were like, oh, we're so much better. I saw some dummy on Twitter said we need to trade Tatis, brother. He's the golden goose, bro. We're not trading Tatis. Because guess what? he's entering his prime, or he's in his prime now.
He's not even close to his prime yet, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, look at his stats right now. He still leads the team in home runs.
Dude, MLB, oh, dude. I mean, the Tatis narrative, I think, is ridiculous. I think it's just, truthfully, my thing. I think Manny leads better when Toddy's not on the field. Yeah. And I think the reason he does is because he knows that there's nowhere else the blame can go. They know that everything's going to come down on his shoulders. You can't point the finger at Tatis if he's on the IL.
Yeah.
So then Manny kind of turns it on. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think Manny's always been the type of guy that knows that it's a 162 game season, and he kind of turns it on at the end. We saw in the playoffs down the stretch, carried this team. In September of 2022, he carried the team.
Yeah, he was great.
So, I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we've never seen Tatis really in a playoff push. So hopefully he's back and, healthy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great, man. It's really a great thing to see. He goes down and these guys fucking rattle off 5 straight. That's how you show up when your star goes down, man. They could have folded, Hey, you lose 5 straight this week against okay teams. The Nationals aren't trash. They're not great, but they're not trash. And then the Boston Red Sox are going to be a competitive team. They're going to compete for a wild card spot. You go 5-6. You take 5-6 from those two teams. Imagine if they would have went 1-6 with Tatis on the IL. We'd be selling. We'd be like, oh, we're fucked. These guys picked it up, man. It's the Higgies. It's the Merrills. It's the Mannies. It's all these cats. Kimmy's starting to swing the stick. His OPS is getting around 730. Like, I like it, man. It's I'm happy where these guys are. You touched on Merrill. I want to let you go back into that point. Mike, why isn't if Tatis, this is my question for you. Tatis is out, let's say, till August 1st. That means he misses the All-Star game. Mm-hmm. If you're Torey Lovullo, you get to pick a National League outfielder to replace him. How can you not pick Jackson Merrill?
I don't even think it should be a debate. I'm
looking, Mike, listen to these other guys these are the 6 outfielders that you can vote for right now to make the National League All-Star team. Nick Castellanos, batting .231 with a .675 OPS, 11 home runs. Teoscar Hernandez, .248, .787 OPS, 18 homers. With Tatis out and the Dodgers fan base, he'll probably be an all-star. Should he start? Maybe if Toddy's out, but I don't know. Brandon Marsh, .270, .776 OPS, 7 home runs. Profar going to start. Then Yelich is an .885 OPS. He'll start. So if Tatis is hurt, Most likely Teoscar is going to start. That being said, right now, I don't know, dude. I mean,
let me give you this. Let me give you this breakdown real quick. I think this is a good view of where the Padres are.
Teoscar should probably start.
No, I disagree. I mean, with Tatis out, yes.
With Tatis
out, yeah.
Merrill shouldn't start.
I don't know, dude. Matt, listen to this. Listen to this stat line here. I'm looking at. I know WAR is not necessarily the greatest.
VAR is a better stat.
VAR is a better stat. Highest WAR in left field in the NL, Jurickson Profar. And this is Fangraphs. Highest WAR in center field in the NL, Jackson Merrill. By a long shot, by the way. I know that they don't do it based off of specific position. Merrill's got 2.3 Fangraph WAR. Next is Jazz Chisholm at 1.5. He's almost one win greater than the next center fielder in the MLB or in the National League. Right field, Tatis, who's literally been out the last 2 weeks and hasn't even played, leads right field in WAR.
That's insane. The Padres
Our whole fucking outfield leads the NL in WAR. Just because you're going to vote all three of them and they're all three Padres doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be in the All-Star game because they all play for the same team. Like Jackson Merrill, realistically, he has an over 800 OPS. He's got 12 bombs as a rookie. He's literally, if you watch him on the field, you can tell this guy is their fucking best player right now. He's our best player.
Yeah.
From
defensively,
everything combined.
Attitude,
height, energy, everything about it.
Yeah.
He's our best. He's our guy right now.
In 3 years.
He will be. And he deserves it. And we should extend him. But there's no way you can convince me that he doesn't get an all-star nod here.
Especially with Toddy being hurt, right? I'm looking at these other guys in the NL. I mean, bro, Brandon Marsh, dude. Brandon Marsh is legitimately worse stats. Merrill has almost double the amount of home runs as Brandon Marsh. The fact that we're even arguing this, man, is incredible, bro. Jackson Merrill, remember when we were talking in the offseason, dude, I don't know if he's going to be able to play center field. I don't know if this guy, guys, I don't think people are gravitating how insane this is. Jackson Merrill never hit for this type of power in the minors. He never played center field. He is legitimately becoming an MLB, like you're playing MLB The Show, like Road to the Show. You're like, oh, dude, I'm going to have this guy be, 100%. He's growing into a star, not even a Padres star, like a star around the league. I want to put, I know I can't do it because we're doing the podcast, but I'll post some clips a little later. The Boston Red Sox, NESN is their streaming service or the channel that they stream the games on. And the announcers for the Boston Red Sox were talking about Jackson Merrill. And he got a hit yesterday, his third hit of the game or whatever. And they're like, this kid is incredible. And they were giving him his flowers. And obviously we play the Red Sox in Boston once every couple years. But it's about time, bro. And him getting an opportunity to play in the All-Star game as not Jackson Holiday in the All-Star game, not Jackson Churio in the All-Star game. He's the guy. Him and Skeens should 100% be in the All-Star game. Yeah. If the All-Star game is about entertainment, it's about showcasing young talent. You want to grow the game? You have an awesome opportunity. A 21-year-old who plays the game the right way, had good head on his shoulders. His mom almost caught his home run in Boston. This is a great family to root for, dude. It's a great person to root for. It's awesome. We have a guy, homegrown stud, bro. And people might, and you know this too. Why does everyone in San Diego love Tatis no matter what happens to him? No matter what happens off the field with, his suspensions or his injuries or, motorcycle accidents. Why is Tatis still hands down everybody's favorite player?
It's because he's been a Padre for life.
End of story. There will always be a certain type of love for a guy. And don't bring up the White Sox BS if you're going to comment on some Instagram. Well, the White Sox signed him. Never played a professional game. He's been a Pod for life. There's something special about a guy who grew up with an organization. When I think in basketball terms, I think Tim Duncan. I think Kobe. I think these guys that when you think about a player and you think about a franchise, that's the dude, right? Kershaw. I know we're not Dodger loving, but that is a guy. Kershaw, when people were like, oh, Kershaw should go to the Rangers. Kershaw should retire and fucking go off in the pasture with his Mickey Mouse ring, and he's a legend in that fucking town forever. Toddy and Merrill are homegrown guys who I want to see. I know it's early. I never want to see Jackson Merrill in another uniform ever. Hey, if there's a guy getting an extension, it'd be Michael King and Jackson Merrill, the two dudes I want. And I want to touch on Michael King. I'm curious if you agree with me. Right now, if we are in a playoff series, I wouldn't be angry if we had Michael King start the first game of the series. I like him, dude. I think
I do too.
I think Michael King has the potential to be the nastiest pitcher on the team. And in a playoff series, I could see him having a Zach Wheeler-esque performance where he goes like 7 shutty.
Yeah.
No, I love Waldron. He's a little bit sketchy of a pitcher. He can eat some innings in the playoffs. I would put King and then Cease.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably go Cease and King, but I agree that they're neck and neck. I think Michael King has the best stuff out of anybody on the Padres. He's when his pitches are moving the way that they can. Some of these pitches, you're like, this doesn't even look like it's a real fucking pitch. Like, it looks like he's throwing a wiffle ball. Like, it's actually insane. And he's really turned it on for a team that needs a consistent guy in a year where two of our workhorses that have been the guys for the last 3-4 years are both injured for basically the entire season.
Yeah.
To have Michael King step up and Matt Waldron step up and carry the workload to allow us to have certain games from guys like Randy Vasquez or Adam Mazur, where if they don't pitch fantastic, we know, hey, we got these two guys coming up. Like today, I really thought Matt Waldron didn't have his best stuff today. He still kept us in the game. Yeah, and I thought waking up this morning, I was like, Waldron's pitching. We got a great fucking chance of winning, like sweeping the series.
Couldn't agree more. Matty Nux has grown into a fan favorite. His interview after the game talking about Tim Wakefield. Not sure if you got a chance to see that. Tim Wakefield, if you don't know, I'm assuming many people do. Legendary Boston Red Sox pitcher, known for throwing the knuckleball. He sadly passed away of cancer this offseason. He was an inspiration to Wakefield or to Knuckles, to Matty Waldron. He did some Zoom calls with him when Matt was learning how to throw the knuckleball. Kind of like a hero to Matt Waldron. And the fact that, Matt Waldron grew up a Red Sox fan and got to, experience that and pitch at Fenway is just so cool. Like, obviously, like, wasn't his best start, but still, he has been so awesome the last 2 months, bro. Everybody's due for, a little fucking stinker, bro. You're at work. Everybody listening to this has some stinker days at work, right? The coffee's not tasting right. You're like, damn, bro. The phones aren't as hot as they should be. The Excel's not working like it should be. Hey, that's life. It happens. 162 games. When you win series against good teams, games like this really don't matter too much. I would love to win every single game ever, but that's baseball, bro. It's baseball. The best team.
I got something for you.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I got something for you. We're giving this is a flowers section. We're giving flowers.
Yeah, hey.
There's that's the whole episode today. Let's just do a flowers section. We're giving flowers out, and then at the end we'll wrap it up.
We're gonna be Krispy Kreme glazing some fools right now.
There's a guy that needs his flowers, and this is a guy that I cooked quite a bit a month ago. Calling for a DFA, probably a douchebag move. I'll wear that.
We gotta get better at that. Hand out.
I'll wear that.
I feel terrible calling for, and I need to get better at that.
But this is also why we're not a general manager of a baseball team, because we're way too reactionary. I would cut David Peralta today. I think he probably deserves to be cut regardless. I don't know what he brings to the team, but
we literally just wait up. We literally just talked about. I literally just said I was. Like,
I know. But you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. I'm saying he could technically on Tuesday come through with the game-winning hit, and it will completely change my tune.
Yeah, and then
I'm very reactionary.
The David Varalta nickname will catch on like a fucking
Padres Twitter. We're gonna need that credito, buddy. We're gonna need that credito. You're starting to use that VAR a little bit too much for my liking.
Padres Instagram. Hey, we're free to throw out the first pitch in any game, and we'll let you use it as much as you want. But until you got Maddie and Mike Devine on the bump, you gotta give the DSG a little credit for
now back to the point though. Stephen Kolk needs his flowers. Last 7 games, 0.96 ERA, 9 innings, 8 Ks. he's starting to come into a role. And what was our conversation a couple days ago? It was strictly based off of, hey, we need a guy that we can trust in a 6th inning or a 7th inning when we have a big lead. We need a guy to come in and shut the door down without letting this team creep their way back in.
Yeah.
He had a game earlier this year where it looked like he wouldn't be able to be that guy. He's changed my opinion on him entirely over the last 7 starts. Listen, he's a rookie. Takes a little bit to warm up into the league probably. Doesn't mean that he's got good stuff if he throws strikes. If he throws strikes, he's got good stuff. And listen, I like what I'm seeing out of him. I think the bullpen looked a lot better this weekend than it did last week. And I still think we need probably one more reliable reliever, but
yeah. Well, that's what I want to touch on, Mike.
Flowers.
30 days, 1 month from today will be the trade deadline. If you could, that's so Raven it, if you could look into the future and tell me what moves are made in 30 days for our San Diego Padres, what would those moves be? I know we touched on it a little bit last episode, but I want to hear who we trade for and what's the prospect haul that we're going to have to give up. Because I keep seeing things. Obviously, Twitter sources are, me and you, right? You gain enough followers, you can just tweet out bullshit and people think it's true. I do see a lot of people tweeting that they think Preller's going all in, which I really, and maybe this is just me because I've seen how it's ended the last 10 years. Preller's offseason this year was probably the best offseason he's ever had. And that was making, smaller moves, right? Obviously the Soto trade was big, but smart. He's working with a budget. I really hope he doesn't fucking blow his load and go all in for a Garrett Crochet, Luis Robert deal and trade away Salas, DeVries, Snelling, all these cats. And we look back and we're, in the exact same spot, the second wild card spot. Because that's what I think people need to realize. We're not winning the division. All good. NL West, Dodgers could have that every year. I genuinely could give less of a shit about the NL West. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is getting in the playoffs. Right now, the team is a second place team in the playoffs. And that's with Tatis on the IL, Xander on the IL, you on the IL, Joe Musgrove on the IL, Campy on the IL. Very good everyday players on the injured list. Right now, we are 4 games over 500. Does that make sense where you're like, hey, we need to fucking blow our load, go all in, get these guys? It doesn't. What we need is smart moves. We need another pitcher, a guy who can come in, a guy similar to, a maybe in-between cat of a Dylan Cease and a Matt Waldron, that level pitcher, a solid number 3. Give me a number 3 guy. If the Blue Jays suck, give me UC Kikuchi on an expiring deal. Some people are saying Flaherty. Flaherty's been great this year. Might be a little bit more expensive. Might be better. But I do not, guys. I really, and Garrett Crochet is nasty. Nasty. I'm praying the Orioles go all in and get him because I know Preller's going to overpay. I just know it, dude. I know he's going to overpay, and I don't think it's worth it. Mike, what do you think?
I just hope I think that if Preller has a smart deadline and for some reason this team doesn't make the playoffs or comes close to missing, I think if he stays smart, his chances of keeping his job are higher. I think if he goes all in and goes crazy and then we have some fluke shit happen or we don't make it, he's clearly fired.
Yeah.
But he has a better chance. Everyone's take on why Preller needs to go all in is because he's trying to save his job. This team, as it stands, has a great chance at making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Preller's job is saved if we make the playoffs.
100%.
We don't need to, like you're saying, we don't need to win the division. We don't need to be the first wild card team. It'd be great. We don't need to, though.
Well, we have a game no matter what.
We need to make the dance. We need to make the dance. So really, what I'm looking at is a higher leverage reliever on the back end. It's hilarious. I know on a couple episodes before we said that we need a backup catcher. Kyle Higashioka,
we're good.
Just completely changed that.
It's nice. It's nice to not have to worry about Mike. What's cool, and I'll let you cook. What's cool is right now we don't have to worry about outfield. it could be nice to have one more if Toddy doesn't come back. Maybe like a fourth outfielder that we could trust. But look at the spots in our field. The team is pretty well positioned for this year and next year if Toddy can come back and be healthy. If we're talking like position wise, we need some pitching. We need some pitching back.
I'll tell you who we're gonna get, or who I think we'll get.
Who?
We're gonna get Carlos Estevez from the Angels. He's a high leverage reliever. He's their closer. Track record of success the last couple seasons. He's on an expiring contract. He's not going to be that expensive. I don't think the Angels are going to get back into the mix and become buyers, or they're going to be sellers. Estevez is going to be on the move, in my opinion. And who knows? Maybe if Preller's trying to do a couple small moves, he gets Taylor Ward thrown in there, and we make the pack a little bit more expensive.
Taylor Ward's got a couple more years.
I know. I'm not arguing that, but I think it's something that could be. You could kill a couple of birds with one stone on this team if you make a deal with the Angels. And given the Angels' history, I don't know if their GM is that smart and good at making moves to where we could probably fleece them. No disrespect to our boy Brady.
Yeah, shout out Brady Ashford.
They don't strike me as a team that we're going to look back on and making a deal with and being like, fuck, they really cooked us on that deal. Like, they never get good players. They are dumb as fuck. So I think we could do, something that works out in the long run for our team. Estevez is a cheap reliever. There's things that we can do to fix this team, the minor holes, and make it a full team. Also, from an offensive standpoint, I know you're saying that it would work, having an extra, fourth outfielder. We have to remember, once Xander and Toddy are back and healthy, God willing, and that they come back healthy and soon, and they're playing well, the depth on this team gets insane.
Yeah.
It looks so much deeper offensively with those guys in the lineup, and then you get to slide a couple of those other players out of the mix. Donnie Solano coming off the bench rather than being an everyday starter. Dude. I'm just saying, like, that's when the team starts to fucking look legit, is when your two highest paid players come back. Yeah. We're missing two of our fucking guys, and our team is going
on right now, Mike. Isn't this insane that I know I don't think Toddy's contract's really hit yet, but right now, I think of our top 5 highest paid players, 4 on the IL. Joe, you, Toddy, Xander, all on the IL. That's crazy. And the fact that this team is still playing hard. And you know why we're doing that? It's because guys like Jackson Merrill are stepping up. Guys like Higgy are stepping up. Kim's playing hard. Crony's having a good season. Like, guys, I love the depth. I love the energy that this team's playing with right now. I do think we need to make some moves. I think we need one other everyday kind of guy who we can kind of have. And then the other move I want to think is pitching, obviously, which you mentioned. So I'm looking right now at pitching. Mike, before I go into pitching, the guy I'm thinking of, and I know he's a polarizing cat in San Diego, and we wanted him all off season. Give me the dog, bro. Give me the dog, Tommy Pham. I need him back in San Diego, bro. He's a dog. What did Tommy Pham do last year, Mike? He came to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Where did they end up?
In the World Series.
He batted cleanup in the World Series last year. Get him the frick out of Chicago. They're going to sell like crazy. Preller can get him for a biscuit, bro. A biscuit. He can get him for a, 15th or 17th, 18th level prospect. Give me Tommy Pham as a fourth outfielder that can DH a little bit. I like BJ. I like Bryce Johnson. Right now, if Tommy Pham's playing right field instead of Bryce, that lineup looks a lot different, bro. A lot different.
Now, what's a package realistically? You give me Eric Fetty and Tommy Pham in a package from the White Sox. What is that package looking like from the Padres?
So Eric Fetty's stats this year. He's 31. Jesus Christ. He's having a great year, dude. 3.8 F-WAR. 3.23. What's his contract like? Let me see. Eric.
Yeah, I believe he's got 10 years, or not 10 years, 3 years, 30 million or something. Let me see what it is.
15. Okay. Yeah, Mike. So we would have to pay 7.5 this year, and then
prorated, so probably
7.5. Little less than 7.5, and then we'd pay 15 next year. with Tommy Pham, who's on an expiring deal this year, right?
Bro, what contract are you looking at? Matt, it's 2 years, 15 million. It's 7.5 mil per year.
It's literally what I said.
No, you said we're gonna have to pay 15 million next year.
Oh shit. Yeah. Sorry. I can't read. That was bad.
Dude, it's 7.5. It's 7.5 next year.
Hey,
and it's a prorated, it's a prorated 7.5, so it's probably 3 million.
There's a reason why I'm in sales and I graduated with an accounting major. That was a tough read right there. But okay, yeah, dude. Fetty and Tommy Pham. Let's look at our prospects right now. Graham Pauley, you're gone.
Graham Pauley, you're gone. Adam Mazur, sayonara. And then maybe they go and give like a high floor ceiling guy like JD Gonzalez, catcher.
Yeah, I can see that.
I call him tonight. I say, get these guys in Texas, please.
Tell me right now. So Mike, say the trade. Be like, if I'm AJ Preller, say I'll clip this on the pod. I'll see what people have to say.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hey, this is AJ Preller calling with the San Diego Padres. Looking for whatever the fuck
Chris
from
Getz.
the Chicago. Chris Getz.
Hey, what's up, AJ? What's up, brother?
Hey, Chris. I just came up with this genius idea. I was doing some Baseball Savant and Fangraphs reading. I want to get Eric Fetty and Tommy Pham from you guys, and what I can provide is Graham Pauley, Adam Mazur, and JD Gonzalez. Do you say yes? And if so, can you get these pussies to Texas ASAP?
Yeah, AJ, man, I appreciate the call. You know, I feel like the Cease trades worked out for both of us so far. That being said, I'm only accepting the trade if you show me a good time in San Diego. What bar are you taking me to in San Diego if we go out?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, AJ, being AJ Preller myself, I have one famous bar that I love to go to. We're going to hit this little place called Shelter in Encinitas. I'm somewhat of a local there myself.
All right. Yeah, if you take me to Shelter, I'm in. That's so good, bro. The AJ Preller Shelter in Encinitas bit is one of my favorite bits. That's great. All right, let's look at a couple other trade targets, and then we're going to call on the net. I did see this floating around. I think the Mets are going to be in the I think the Mets are going to go for it, so I don't think they trade him. I do like the idea of Luis Severino. I think he's having a really good year. They're
not going to sell, though.
That's what I said. I said they.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I think UC Kikuchi is going to be on the market. Flaherty's also going to be on the market. Kikuchi's cool because he's a lefty. We don't have any lefties. Give me a Kikuchi on an expiring contract. Have Niebla cook with him a little bit. Also, fan favorite, Japanese. Meshes well with Darvish. Meshes well with Yuki. Like, that's a good vibe going, right? He comes comfortable. UC Kikuchi, our friends at Gate 14, they all love him. He's a fan favorite. You know what UC Kikuchi brings over? 3 letters. VAR, baby. VAR from Canada.
Yeah.
Give me Kikuchi.
I like that.
Also, this is a crazy one, and it's not going to happen. But with the comments that came out this week.
No.
Are you talking
about Bo Bichette?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I was saying Blake Snell, but that won't happen.
I mean, technically it could. We'll never make an interdivision trade. That's the issue.
Yeah.
We trade a guy like fucking Graham Pauley to the Giants, and who becomes the next, like.
Yeah, he'd be like Brandon Crawford or something.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not going to happen.
All right. So Tommy Pham, I like. Luis Renfigo are
gonna be way too expensive.
Yeah,
way too expensive.
He's having a good year.
He is. We don't need anybody that is too expensive. We need cheap ass shit. We need cheap shit. Hey, you don't need to go to Gucci and buy the bag. You need to go down to fucking Union Square and buy the fake one off the street. Looks the exact same. Gets the job done. We don't need to overpay for anything. We're in a good spot. We don't need a star. We don't need a star, baby. We don't need a star.
They're saying, what should we call this trade deadline, though, for the pods? We got to call it the
Ooh.
What's it called when you're wearing, like, fake designer?
Oh, fuck. The team. We should call it the what's
Temu?
the classic Temu, the Temu deadline.
The Temu deadline, bro. Temu. Okay, we're calling it the Temu deadline. We're calling it the AliExpress deadline. Hey,
The AliExpress
the
deadline.
AliExpress deadline. Give me the cheap shit. We don't need the fucking Garrett Crochets. Give me the Kikuchis. Hey, we don't need the Luis Robert. We don't need the Luis Robert. We need the Tommy Pham.
Yeah.
Hey, Preller. AliExpress trade
The
deadline.
AliExpress trade deadline.
Bring the guys, bring the VAR, bro. Fetty, Kikuchi, Pham, and then give me a reliever. Give me a Carlos Estevez, and let's ride, bro. Those are 4 guys that we won't have to trade Leo for. We won't have to trade Salas for. We won't have to probably trade Lesko or Snelling for. Maybe one of Lesko and Snelling to the White Sox if we do get Fetty, but that's it. Guys, that's a smart deadline. Very smart deadline, especially with the guys coming back. I'm praying, Preller, I know you listen to us, brother. I know it. I know we're your go-to show. Please, AliExpress deadline. Don't go Gucci deadline, bro. Preller, AliExpress, no Gucci. AliExpress, no Gucci. Hey, I think that's a good way to end it.
That's a great way to end it. We just created the slogan for the 2024 Padres trade deadline, baby. The AliExpress deadline.
Hey, cheap shit. No one's going to call you out for it. Let's ride. Hey, make sure to check us out on socials. Let us know. Subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy. Also, a lot of people asking us about VAR shirts. I'm trying to find a way where I can make it so that I don't necessarily have to get shipped all the shirts and then have to like put them in bags and stuff. I'm looking for a way to like kind of do it online. So let me know. Hang tight. I think we're going to start doing City Connect colors for those shirts as well. So it's going to look sick, dude. Hey, DSG, Padres Instagram, Padres social media, whoever the admin is, please DM us back. We want to send these shirts out, bro.
Yeah.
Give me one picture of Merrill in a VAR shirt. I tell you,
maybe, hey, people wear that shit in cities that we're not even playing in.
Bro,
the fans of the Padres run all across the country, and we're fortunate enough that most of them or a lot of them fuck with the DSG. We're very thankful. We want to get these players in these t-shirts. Tag, hey, if you're sitting at home and you're listening to this, send a tweet at the Padres and say we got to get the VAR shirts to the players.
Hey, I'm telling you, the Padres team tweets about VAR. They go 3-0 with a 20-run differential, not counting today. And today they still played hard. They went 3-1 with a 17-run differential in the last 4 games. They've been cooking. Why? A lot of reasons, but one definitely is the fact that they're embracing the vibes. And the best way to embrace the vibes is 2 things. 1, we'll send the shirts. Just let me know when. But 2, and I think you know what we're going to say, Mike. Hey, the arm's still good. I don't have Tommy John. Give me Measy and Matt. Hey, we're always down to throw. I'll hop on that Southwest. I'll hop on that Southwest flight tomorrow to throw out the first pitch.
Oh, hey, more shit. Hey, I'll be down in San Diego this weekend. I'll be at the games. So looking forward to being out there. We'll be in Devine deck. So if you guys are down at the games, come say what's good.
Hell yeah! All right, later everybody. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and enjoy the 4th. We're going to be gone. I'm going to be in Costa Rica. Mia's going to be at the games. Adios.